Uncertainty can be stress-provoking. The feeling of uncertainty can make you feel uneasy and anxious and add to the stress in your life. And of course, as you already know, our goal, your goal, my goal, everybody's goal, is to reduce the stress in our lives, eliminate it wherever possible. But uncertainty is a part of life. There is no way for us to make sure that uncertainty doesn't exist in our lives, because we can't control the universe, we can't control the world and every situation and every person. So there will always be some kind of uncertainty in our lives. And although it may sound counterintuitive, uncertainty is an important and necessary part of life. Before you turn off the video, let me explain. So there are many times when certainty is key. It's important. It's important to our survival. It's important to our everyday functioning. When I sit down, I want to be certain that the chair is not broken. When I drive my car on a busy highway, I want to feel a certain level of certainty that the other drivers are paying attention and have the same goal as I do of getting to their destination safely. If I eat out at a restaurant or bring some food from the grocery store, I want to have a sense of certainty that that food will not make me sick. If I share a secret or something personal with a friend, I need to have a certain amount of certainty that they will keep my confidence. You can see how certainty is very important in our lives. But there is a time and place for uncertainty as well. Let me explain what I mean by that. Imagine a world where there were no surprises. And some surprises are delightful. Some surprises, not so much. But there are plenty of surprises in our lives that are absolutely delightful. And we enjoy them. And we want more of them. You can probably think to some surprises that you experienced in your own life and appreciate them for what they were. They were unplanned, hence they were surprises, but in the end you enjoyed them very much. So as humans, we have a need for both certainty and uncertainty. If we lived in a world where there were no surprises, no uncertainty of any kind, there would be no opportunities to growth or experience anything fun or exciting, because everything will be planned out. Everything would be accounted for and controlled. And while that's unrealistic, as an example, that would be boring. That would be a horrible existence. Maybe that would feel okay for a while, but it wouldn't be long before we would start getting squirrely, looking for some uncertainty in our lives. And on the flip side of that coin, if everything was uncertain, we would live in constant fear for our very survival. Forget happiness or stability. We would be in fear for our very survival from moment to moment. So we can't have too much uncertainty in our lives. So clearly, I think you're beginning to see that there is that sweet spot of somewhere on that sliding scale between total uncertainty on one end of that scale and total and complete certainty on the other end of that scale. We need to be somewhere in between there, where we have enough certainty to be safe, to feel safe and comfortable, yet have enough surprises and delightful experiences and people and things in our lives that we weren't expecting, that will allow excitement into our lives. But what is the key of dealing with uncertainty? The key is to understanding where you fall on that scale between complete certainty and complete uncertainty. Total safety, totally boring after a while, and complete chaos. So you fall somewhere in between there, and it's different for everybody. Everybody's a little bit different. Some people are more risk takers than others. Others do not like to take risks, do not like to gamble in any ways. So you have to figure out where that sweet spot is for you. Because once you understand that, one, you have that sweet spot and you need a certain amount of certainty and a certain amount of uncertainty, then you can embrace what happens in life and how you may react to these things. If things get too comfortable for your liking, you may start creating your own uncertainty, your own drama sometimes. It's important that you know that so that you can course correct your own behaviors. So as you can see, uncertainty is as important in life as certainty is, but understanding where you fall on that sliding scale will help you to better prepare to deal with uncertainty, to prevent yourself from creating problems when you don't need to self-correct behaviors before you head towards a disaster of some sort, or before you get so certain in life that you're bored to tears and now there's no excitement and no happiness in your life. It's so important that we understand ourselves and our own psychology. This is why I teach you these things. You have to know what makes you as an individual tick, so that you can then design your behaviors, your thoughts, and even your feelings to have a sense of control of how you react to this world and what kind of things and events you bring into your life and create in your life, and what kind of people and situations you attract or bring into your life. And if what you're experiencing is not what you enjoy, understanding what makes you tick gives you an opportunity to make changes so that you can design and live the life you want. And this has everything to do with the stress in our lives. Of course, if you could live the type of life that reduces or even eliminates stress in some situations, wouldn't that be a much better experience for you? Well, when you know what makes you tick, when you understand yourself and your own psychology, you can work towards that. You can have more control and more say in what you do, how you react, what happens in your life, and therefore the stress levels in your life. So take a look at your own preferences, where you fit on that scale of certainty versus uncertainty, and start to think about your own behaviors, your thought patterns, and even your feelings, how you react to things that are uncertain or too certain in your life, and make adjustments as appropriate so that you can have a life that is as stress-free as possible.